What? No! I mean, I had no idea they cared so much. They just, oh my god. I think they're really could you imagine? Could you imagine? Like, look at me. I was like a healthy 22-year-old. Like, regular. I guess I was the dentist. That's the one kid. I was the freest paycheck they've ever seen.
time to do some story quests. Let's go.
Strike a pose! After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port! Wow! Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine! Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines! Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think? Good idea! Nahida gave us loads of useful information. Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? Nahida said that she has a very unique personality, whatever that means. To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Excuse me. Can I help you two? I couldn't help but notice you standing here listening.
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we didn't want to interrupt.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like, a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like some kind of story.
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motives. Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough. Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? Not to question Fontaine's way of doing things. It's just that putting someone on trial is usually a very serious thing.
I mean, we can always put people
No
clowns on the
worries.
trial. That'd be
Other
pretty funny.
visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal,
Ah,
a
yes.
machine
This mean
created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
judgment of advice. Judgment.
Oratrice? Is it some kind of machine, too? Oh, Paimon's curious. We should check it out if we get the chance. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest passion.
Huh. I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she
Appointment?
has any time slots available.
Arena, the
Is the
Hydro
Hydro
Archon.
Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Neuvillette.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But
At least she's easy to find.
making an appointment will take. Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey! What are you looking over there for? Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her.
That's not good. Act 1. Oh, it's Lynette.
Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
Oh, her voice is so
you're pointing at
serene.
the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
No people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And though I can still see that hill clearly in my memories, now it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memory. It won't be long before it swallows us.
Well, that's quite dark.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
Ah, I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Ah, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason.
Yeah, because they don't shut up, Paimon.
So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now. Where to begin?
Long story.
Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Pat on the back of her Paimon.
Paimon, get a handshake! You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should
I don't think
remember it.
Lynette is very
It might
approving of
prove
him.
Useful.
Oh, alright then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a local friend now. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here.
That's
Please,
just
follow
classy
me.
sound voice. Lady Farina's here. Right here. Archon. Oh,
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
oh? Oh? Oh, ooh. Ayo, it's Chlorodyne. Long hair or short hair? Ayo?
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu.
Interesting.
As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the
Nobody's
turmoil
holding
and
a gun.
chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No,
Chaos.
I have come to receive you.
Chaos.
personally. Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured, I see clearly your sincerity. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the correct banner. I, Thosalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top? Ahem. Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
Whoa. Talk about sounding high and mighty.
Look at them sass.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about.
Duel of the century.
Lady Farina came here to personally see her. Oh, I bet this is going to be the duel of the century.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus.
Interesting.
You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land, just as you were hoping to see.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
I got it right.
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
We thought the Raiden
What are you
Shogun.
trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire her bravery.
Clorend.
Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. She is obviously a true warrior. Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Huh. Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
Huh.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. They're getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
All right! Now that'll be worth seeing!
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. Such
Yes,
a
we
grand
have the
opera
sassy
house. It would be a
Archon.
pity not to use it.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the Opera House. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Guilty before proven innocent.
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's obvious, isn't it? According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits
Paimon,
during
you're
the
a-
first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law. no?
Paimon, your violation.
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina.
It's not like she
No
made it
one
out,
knows
it
the
sounds
laws
like.
of Fontaine like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Precisely. Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny. Finally, someone who's not crazy.
No, shut up, Paimon. You're actually go to jail.
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen.
Beloved.
I'll permit you to object, but how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Oh.
Ta-da!
Ooh, that ta-da.
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Linny do that?
That makes more sense.
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Oh. She crazy?
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which
Jeez.
case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
Interesting. Oh, she's got the long hair right now. Already seen as a threat? Interesting.
And just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. He never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Paimon, you're just bad.
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation.
There was
just
such
in
a law?
case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
A reason? That doesn't seem quite reasonable to me.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of first. You really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Oh.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
Interesting.
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath.
Ocile?
Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
It's like the pockets of villagers in Animal Crossing.
For a rainy day! But this is more than a bit of rain.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
let me fix my stream. What? There we go. Should be fixed now.
So you're the blonde traveler that Oh, a magic... Thanks.
I gave these things people. Some other dudes at. Oh, there's one over here.
What's this?
What?
No, I believe in the story says that people once lived in the ocean. But as time wore on, people So, if you ask me...
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily mean death.
Huh. Weird.
Oh, brilliant!
Another dude I can give this to. Oh.
I don't want that thing. Way I see life is all about living in the moment.
You should still take it.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start...
Here's the boy.
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some, interesting opinions. Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands make light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers. I remember seeing them near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
What am I going to look for?
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect Romaritime flowers.
There we go.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Is she a robot?
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to head back to the Court of Fontaine.
So, we're going to the Court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good. Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's largest city and
Try food.
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
What is stalking now?
What's wrong with her? Paimon didn't notice anything.
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let's go.
Yes, Linny is very interesting. Right. It is Fortnite time.
Fortnite, my favorite.
Yeah. We were just chilling here waiting for a thief.
This is the spot
Where
where
I saw on the news, like, I was stalking her.
I know.
Oh, look! Isn't that her?
There.
Oh my
Ready,
gosh,
stop
Serena
her.
is very pretty.
Oh no!
He's
Did she notice us?
She looks so good.
Direction. What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also be trying to lure us away. Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Alright, man, come on. Was there any incentive to do the Hydra Archon, or the Archon quests? Or,
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing earlier. Anyway,
Carter, you're
I
getting
should be
banned.
going now. Thanks again.
What the flip? Card is here?
Carter's in the chat.
Returning what the thief had stolen?
Put him in a
Yo,
timeout.
Carter.
I'm putting him in a timeout. You're being
That's
timed
right.
out, Carter.
Pity I wasn't able to catch her.
He
She
deserves it.
distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Linny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he wasn't.
Bruh. This man twisted his ankle trying to chase the person.
That's a girly
I'll be all
pop.
right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact,
As
it's
far as I've
feeling
heard,
better
yes.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
already. You're right. Sorry, Lynette.
I'm being insisted to do the story
I have
quest.
to admit that the thief was even more skilled
So,
than I
I
had
might as well
anticipated.
do it.
But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Linny's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the Court of Fontaine now.
Complaced by timeout. Carter. You're welcome,
He's
Carter.
also DMing me.
No. I'm pretty sure you have mod as well, right? Alright.
Do I?
No, you don't.
Oh.
So, we ride this
I'll
thing
give
to go
the...
into the city? What an ingenious way
Okay,
to
you can
get
have
around.
mod.
People in Fontaine really...
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
It's boring riding.
That's not what I meant.
Oh.
It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides,
Don't
it
talk.
doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
Oh, Lynette.
She's so real.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
I'm not gonna specify that actually. Who's asking me
Oh
to?
my god, was that Charlotte?
That's
Did I
Charlotte.
see her run past?
We just saw
Oh my
Charlotte.
God.
It's Charlotte.
Oh!
Huh?
What? Traveler!
Hey yo, it's Charlotte.
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you all riding the aquabus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, let Paimon introduce you to our new friends.
Oh,
No
no
need-
need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Linny and his assistant Lynette anywhere. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar place. So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte?
I don't know how to remove you off of timeout, Carter. I can add more timeout though.
Breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House.
Yeah, he's gonna stay on
I manage to
timeout
keep
forever.
readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships,
to
or how a
remove
financial criminal was
someone
once so poor that they ate a single piece of
off
bread
of
for 5 days.
timeout. Timeout is only temporary. Oh,
You're right. Seems you know me
good
pretty
idea.
well.
It's already happened.
After is exclusive, sensational news.
300
pieces that
seconds.
shake
Oh.
the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talent.
You got to.
Oh, I
He's gotta wait
just
like
remembered.
5
I've been
minutes.
following a case lately. Well, a series of cases actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women?
No, it's only 5 minutes, Carter.
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town
You
right
can
now.
survive that
It's
long.
probably the most
You can
mysterious
survive
case
5
we've
minutes.
ever seen. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So,
Put more time.
the
300 more
serial
seconds.
disappearances of young women
Hey,
case,
yeah, you have mods, so you can technically do that too. Moment you see him type in chat again,
That's right.
if it
The first
is
missing
deemed
girl case
inappropriate,
happened
go
almost
ahead.
20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is
What?
that the
What did I
girls
miss?
are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found. Many
Mhm.
suspects have been arrested over
Oh
the
my
years in connection
golly.
with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen.
Copycat criminal? More than
Yes,
one.
it's possible. But
Either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Dang, there's a
Yes,
Carter
I
on the
agree.
run here.
And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation.
Missing girls? I blame Carter.
I just imagined for a second what I
Yeah,
would do if
he
Lily
seems
were
like
to
the guy that
suddenly
would do that.
disappear.
Exactly.
I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a
Yeah,
way
you
to
can't even
track
fight
down the
back against
culprit.
it.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Oh my god, yeah, I love Tara in timeout. He should be in timeout forever.
You can put him in timeout, I think, as well.
Haha.
I think so.
Hey, we're almost there, look!
Yeah, you can do it. You do have the power to do it.
Oh my god, you hear that, Carter? I can put you timeout forever.
Cutscene.
Oh my god, it's just like a movie.
The music,
I really
the music
enjoyed chatting with you.
goes hard.
Life should
It's actually
be
pretty
full of
good.
pleasant little surprises like this.
It does.
Us as well. The ride went by too quickly. I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late. Okay. Hyman hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya. Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time. What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone. Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure.
He needs to go to his house.
This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Hmm? Where do we go from here? Oh, go to where Linny is. Where is that?
Where Lenny is?
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
Up there? Hmm.
There's no point worrying about the future.
This kid's got glasses.
Take a guess.
Oh, nerds. Hell.
Wow.
Oh my god, like the other day, I defeated the boss for Farina. And I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, I'm so good at the game. All by myself.
Nice. Congratulations.
Oh my god, thank you.
So I think it's
This
Fremiette.
is our current abode. Ah, Fremine.
Fremine.
Your home. Where did everyone else go?
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that
Father?
can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you
thought
to my
they were
little brother,
orphans.
Fremine. He is a phenomenal
Don't tell me anything.
diver.
I'm just going through the story now. Little brother.
Oh.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
Lenny, could you come here for a moment?
Hmm? What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
Blah 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 blah. Among Us.
Muggas.
Okay, I see.
I see.
Everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption.
Huh.
Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any from it?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
Why are you so quiet and
That's
timid?
our
Huh.
Fremine, always quick with the underwater work.
She's just such a little
All right,
cutie.
I'll take these to the
They're
workshop.
me.
Workshop. Huh. Okay, that makes more sense why he's in the Linny trailer.
Looks like rain.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago?
Wait, does that mean someone got executed?
Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
What?
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held.
Oh,
in the
there is an
Upper House,
execution
but
happening.
Don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
Oh my golly.
Who's being executed?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual.
Oh. This is like in another O
Let's
style.
try something. Hydro dragon, don't cry!
Shut up, Paimon.
Oh my god. Stupid bitch.
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Yes.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers.
Hmm.
It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, the opera.
Some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
So you got the.
Are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the
Beaumont?
owner there? I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite
You
introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
No trouble at all.
Wait, are we gonna get to see Navia at all?
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such
Useless.
tasks. I'll think of a
He's
way
got
to
quite
make it up to
character,
you.
Yeah,
too.
no.
Oh, no need. No
I love him. He's so
Emo?
so-
I don't know. Or,
Yeah. I love the color blue that's on her outfit. It's so pretty.
dark blue or the light blue?
The dark blue.
I agree too. Who's this dude? What's a dude at? Oratrice mécanique de Nes Cardinal.
Is there anyone here?
Oh, hello there.
By the judgment of the Oratrice mécanique de Nes Cardinal. I can't even say it.
Chat with me.
Oh my god, that's been all over my TikTok.
You also get it as well.
Yeah.
Bum bum. The bum 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 to the Oratrice mécanique de Nes Cardinal. Blech.
Several orders worth now. No need. They've already prepaid several
Light
batches worth.
Light looks cool.
When I
Yeah,
told them what
Light's.
they'd be using
She
them
did. They
for,
did a pretty
I
good
even
job
offered
with
them a
her.
discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run.
It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Whoa. So,
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
hey! Is this machine what you use to make stuff here?
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology. And wasting is a kind of crime.
Really? It's a crime for wasting? Who would have guessed?
Wow.
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you, but basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
What?
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
What
The screams of people or something? Is this like Monsters Inc?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details
How many
myself.
trials are they having?
Basically, when a trial is in session, the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into
Harvest people's
energy
belief in
used all around
justice.
Fontaine.
So, that's what its other
What kind of
function
place is this?
Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments.
The Oratrice Mécanique de l'Analyse Cardinale. The Oratrice Mécanique de l'Analyse Cardinale. It's French. I mean, the French were the founders of the guillotine, so it makes sense in terms of this aspect, but at the same time, they're literally making it Monsters Inc. style.
Baguette.
But Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
We do not rat out Venti or Nahida.
The Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
So what, is this a clean energy
I've never
or?
heard anyone really put it that way before. It sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia.
Oh?
It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already
Ew,
talking,
why is
I'm
his voice
sure
like
you
that?
wouldn't mind a few words with me.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the moral
Oh, they're
to conquer
thieves.
Rio Cabriere by next month?
They are thieves.
Why are you hounding me now?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go
Smash.
running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no, 70%.
Huh? You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials.
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts?
Oh, he's here.
If Confrere of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snatch
Wasn't he like the bad guy?
He was, and then he wanted us as a sparring partner. He's still part of the Fatui, so I don't know.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Forgetting something?
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
Wait over there, pal.
Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends?
You know, I like Child now. I really like Child.
Me, boy. If you want your Mora, fine. Why don't
Nah, I still hate him.
Okay, well, I like this funny thing.
I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way,
I
Traveler,
like his sassiness.
the last time I
I
took
like
Tonya
it.
and Tooser ice fishing, Tooser said,
Hey, that's way over the line. All right, boys.
He's just
let's
catching
see
up
who
with a
has
good
to
old...
Pay up now.
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of
I agree.
self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Go. We're endorsing it. We endorse child being violent too as a bank clients. Would you agree? Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm sure this won't take long.
Oh. Oh, I gotta play as child. Wait. Traveler's just there. Oh.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that was easy.
How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it?
Oh. No, don't.
Huh?
What?
Now's my chance!
He really tried.
Huh. That was weird.
Did his, was it his delusion not work?
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of
He
my
has a
hydropowers.
delusion.
Wait.
Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Wait, the guy's just running away.
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
Wait, is it because he attacked them that might be a crime? And then because he's got a Hydro Vision and the Hydro Nation?
Oh, maybe.
No, he's got an Electro Delusion. I don't know where his delusion comes from. I don't know. Violence solves everything. I agree too, man.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see it's work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that. But my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
Oh,
So you
that makes a lot more
used the whale as
sense.
inspiration for one of your moves?
Oh god.
Seems a little twisted to Paimon.
Oh yeah, fun fact. Child uses his bow on his left hand because it is the weaker hand.
He uses a bow?
Yeah, he's a bow character. You didn't know?
Oh.
But yeah, he uses it. He predominantly uses his left hand instead of his right for that.
So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Spiral Abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point.
Oh.
So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial.
Interesting.
And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel.
Oh.
Though it's rumored that Fontaine
Oh,
has a death penalty.
That's fine.
From what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death.
What?
So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine
I like that.
probably
I
enacted
heard
the
it.
system as a way to
That
show
one's
that
a
the
good
nation
one.
respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorinde, is the
Clorinde.
strongest of the champion duelists.
Oh, she carries a
Asking her for
gun.
some time before she finally
She
agreed
carries
to
a
face
Oh my
gun.
god, is that
Well,
the sleigh, like the sleigh one? She's like blonde.
Like we heard that
No.
name somewhere before.
Oh,
Clorinde.
which one's she?
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
What? Huh?
Huh? Your vision?
What?
You're seriously just giving it away?
Bro, we got a
I'm just worried
vision.
that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel. So, I think I'll be better off without it.
Is this gonna use his delusion?
Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
No.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
There's the pick between Raiden Shogun and
Sneaky guy. He
Clorinde.
said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon. Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance. Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along! Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are
Do you have any idea of how long we were loitering here?
mechanics here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
You already spoiled who the murderer is.
Oh, sorry about that. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Lenny's performance soon? It's on.
Yes, we shall go.
The Opera House is on Aranias, so let's go ride the Aquabus.
By the Oratrice Mécanique de Denise Cardinal. Where's this thing?
My favorite place.
Under the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique de Denise Cardinal. Yeah, yes, it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
So Raiden Shogun, and then Cloridon is...
Oh, is she the Electro one and she's like pew pew pew?
Yes.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! Now this is fancy! The Opera Epiclese. What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it. Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Hmm.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
I am indifferent at the moment.
Vache.
Wait, what? Vache.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
Oh?
No, Paimon didn't say anything.
Girl is just hearing voices again.
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here.
It's Lynette.
Lynette!
I love her voice.
So
Lynette
dead and
asked me
monotone.
to wait here for you, remember?
Yeah.
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you?
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all.
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro.
Hypersensitivity.
What would hearing the voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait,
When do you cry, Paimon? What can make you cry, Paimon?
Not getting any food because she's
When
fat.
do you cry?
when Paimon's really sad?
Paimon's super happy.
Paimon's super happy.
Huh.
Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So,
That's an interesting.
huh. If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Linny might help him relax a little.
He's
before he goes
kind of
on
like
stage.
me, actually, yeah.
Right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Linny.
The facade that we all put on beneath a mask, essentially.
Yeah, that's so relatable.
Welcome to the Oratrice Mécanique de Denise Cardinal. Why are they playing organ or
Traveler in
a
Pine.
thing? I forget what
Good
it's
to
called.
see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets. The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Linny.
Front row seats, let's go.
Don't mention
Wow.
it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Arigato
Lenny, Can you
gozaimasu.
come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
But I thought Lynette was his assistant.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats.
Maybe everybody's his assistant.
Uh-huh. What are you trying to imply?
Everybody works for him because he's the best.
Oh, the doors just open. Oh, that's cool. These are automatic Stanley doors. Oh, this looks not...
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Fancy. I really shouldn't be standing here, but... Here, we gotta walk in style.
Got so many seats. Got a lot of room.
Oh, nouvelle.
Oh, these should be our seats.
Paimon just floats. Mm. Paimon, shut up.
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still.
I'd just take a nap.
Kinda awkward if we don't say anything.
Why would you want to talk to the person?
Isn't this usually your job?
Of course you put this on Paimon.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
Paimon, shut up.
I'd be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh,
I got you guys.
so you...
Oh my gosh, Hawkmoth sounds so good.
Boy, you sure have good ears.
That is not Hawkmoth.
Okay, okay, it couldn't trick you forever.
That's not it, Paimon's. Sorry.
No, I knew.
Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So, let's talk, but, what should we talk about? Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you
You're
a friend
early
of
and sitting on the
Linny's
front.
too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh wow. He's so classy.
He looks really happy.
Then, oh, this is getting awkward by the second.
Good job, Paimon.
Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat, and as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet.
Neuville.
What an honor it is to have you here to
Nervillet.
see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet?
Neuville.
Could he be?
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so
Oh
special.
my
really.
gosh.
And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now.
Who's
I
that?
believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
I like him. He's like Zhongli in terms of like his attitude and stuff. Not in terms of the voice, but like the attitude is so nice.
Yeah,
Like
I like him.
it's a very calm stature kind of thing. And then there's bratty, Hydra Archon up there.
I love how bratty
Oh.
she is.
Oh, I like that. I like that pose. That's good.
Oh,
It's Farina.
Farina, the Hydro Archon. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no
Wow.
idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Yes, enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment.
So he's serious. She's a brat.
Preparations and the performance will
I see.
start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show is finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait!
We're getting a performance. Woo!
Yay!
Yay! Curtains open for the show.
Oh, they're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. Huh? But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi. I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't seem to do
Interesting.
Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
I like that.
Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough, but Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member.
I'm on.
Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this?
Shut up, Paimon.
Do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector.
Oh, where'd that come
It
from?
selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then,
Magic.
let's begin.
Number 69?
Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute.
1 minute, you got a privilege.
My assistant will take you beside
1 whole
the magic
minute.
box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside,
Wait.
but no need to feel nervous.
Wait a
We've
minute.
carefully arranged everything for you to be as
Oh
comfortable
no,
as
is that the thief or not? From
You
earlier?
don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen,
Actually, I don't know.
don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up?
Oh.
You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meripede.
What?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
yeah.
Before I enter the magic box, there
Yeah,
is
she
one
seems
more
really
thing I
happy
need
about
to ask
this.
the audience to do.
Something's going on.
Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up.
I don't
and
remember
no
NPCs at
tricks now.
all.
If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60,
59, 58, 56, 59, 58.
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
54, 53,
Shut up, Paimon.
Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is.
Mm.
Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
He's having a good time.
Alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
40, 39, 38! Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine, I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, mid-air right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Shut up, Paimon.
Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't...
25! 24! 20... What's wrong, Mr. Linney?
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here.
Never mind the decorations. There's...
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect.
19! 18! 17!
It seems things aren't quite going as... It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10! Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
What happened? Is this part of the show? Mr. Linney, you're going to use...
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show.
Uh-oh.
The girl was still in that...
This performance is
just
over.
die.
Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right.
Shut
if
up.
this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
Shut up, Farina.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of
Oh
it.
my god.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linney's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found.
Oh, what?
It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
The serial disappearances case?
Oh my golly.
Case that Charlotte mentioned before.
Arden's back at it again.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly?
Huh? She's just
Say that
speaking.
our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
Don't like her.
Can't be right.
I actually don't like her.
Oh my golly.
The entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Oh.
I just think that he... Well, I think it might be a
Why
little
does she
early
have
to
long
talk
hair
about
now?
formally
I don't know.
charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's
Uh-oh.
gonna personally deliver
No.
justice.
A
Oh,
kidnapping and
no.
murder carried out under the cover of a magic
No,
show.
no, 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 no.
Lady Farina
She's
said
is she
it
all based on the audience?
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the
Oh, she. I really don't like her. Wow.
is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linney, won't you?
Huh?
After all, he
How did we
was
get
the
roped
one
into
who
this?
helped you the first time we met. Then there's no problem at all. You know, the traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met.
Huh? We didn't even fight.
But with Linney's help, our little duel ended in a draw. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here?
Why she takes so long to talk?
Obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed. Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. Are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
Bruh.
Attorney?
Bro, we become Phoenix Wright. We became Phoenix Wright. No. This is bad.
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
Linney!
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
No.
Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me,
I blame
the whole thing is
Farina.
mysteries layered upon mysteries. I don't know whether what happened there on the
Yeah,
stage
she's
was purely
kidnapping
an
all the
accident or not.
girls.
And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid
Someone's
I don't know the
tampering with
answers either.
performance.
If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
What?
Don't worry.
She's bought a mustache?
Own savings to buy them. It wasn't
Bro, what?
Paimon used her own savings. Paimon has savings?
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Great, or Phoenix Wright.
Yes, thank you so much.
I haven't played Phoenix Wright, so I wouldn't know. I don't use this sort of thing.
Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets.
You kind of have to release that then.
Secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened,
Yes, we
then
won't
it
make
will
you
be
innocent.
well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime...
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case!
She kind of looks like a joke.
She is a joke.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
Ah, I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your... I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves.
Case records, confirm evidence, clue... Okay.
Ooh.
Deceased identity, okay. He might... The moment he...
So this is the rope that broke. The rope looks pretty durable.
Yeah.
How could it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler? Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material!
Huh.
Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it... Wait! Paimon should write a...
Let me tax your Farina mats. I've already grabbed all the flowers though. I already grabbed all the materials needed for her. At least in my world. I'm like 40 short. Talk to this guard.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number select.
See, I told you.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had to...
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation.
Oh.
In other words, Linny...
That much...
Let's just see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lynn.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Random selector is not random.
What? No way.
What else can I investigate with? Can I inquire with this dude? Yes.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects.
Uh-huh.
The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic
wait,
show.
what?
The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Oh, what?
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Okay.
I see that you're investigating. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
Wait, this guy sounds like,
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Shirogane from Love is War.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first?
Oh, he is!
Oh, you mean the sound
Damn, his voice is kind of hot.
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense.
I'm of the
Why
opinion
does
that it may
Paimon
have
still
been the
have that
sound of
stupid
Linny's
mustache on?
accomplice.
I don't know.
Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank or something, and when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing.
Wait, wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing. Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind...
Wait, when we were looking away, what could have happened? I'm wondering. Would anyone pay attention? I need to look for? Oh, the box. Do I need to go this seeking? No.
Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone... Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone...
Whoever the murderer... This... People need... Why would it... Gosh, we all...
I gotta talk to more people over here.
It's both of you. Over here. I've been keeping an eye on you for a while.
Oh my
now.
god.
It's Navia.
It's her.
You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it,
Why is this so low resolution?
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
No.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
Oh, I like the little star in the top left of her eye.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
She's
I'm
so
Silver,
pretty.
her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus.
Melus?
Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Mademoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too. But how did...
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Uh-huh.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
She's Geo? Oh no.
You just don't trust the
Yeah.
Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her. All right, I've answered your question.
Wait a minute. Did that...
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well?
And why would that be? See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent.
Bro, is this like a guy like a chain smoker?
How wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I like your answer. Now, I need to make some preparations.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Bro, we're gonna deny like Linny's assistant.
Well, I can be the assistant.
No.
Or
I hope Paimon does though.
That's more like it.
Paimon.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit.
No, we're not leaving. Were you always guard?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone cut. So the missing girl couldn't have left from here. I doubt there was much opportunity.
How can you be?
Well, because I couldn't see Linny's performance from here. But still,
I did not abandon my post. And
Hmm.
we Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say that... Alright, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
Melzine's interesting. Hmm.
We checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Where does she sit?
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable.
You may spare the pleasantries.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me?
No.
I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
Bruh, they're all performers.
I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers?
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Not Lynette. Do you think Lynette is evil?
Below stage?
Yes, a world
No.
of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared
Oh,
specifically
she
for
could be
this
evil.
switcheroo trick.
I don't know.
But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it, Paim?
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. All right, let's go.
There's another box in the box.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
Oh.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
Wait a minute. She had the same clothes as him? How? How? What? bonkers. Huh. Intriguing.
So that's how it all worked. Wow.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. And yet, to think that someone... Could we have a look around?
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted to...
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Oh, so much to investigate.
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is.
Wait. What?
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which... Wow.
Oh! Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you... And here's a broken vase!
That can't... Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience with. Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to...
Right! And this is...
Uh-oh.
Why would it...
Did everybody forget, like, the dude died? Like...
Look!
Somebody died.
Look! Her
She
clothes are
got
here.
undressed.
Oh. Also, when Linny was explaining the trick, basically, there's the box up there, the big box is actually two boxes, and then they just trade over, there's a trolley here that takes the boxes from one end to the other with the girl in there. She doesn't realize that it's a box, like she's in another box, so it just takes her all the way down. And then in here, the Linny that's in this, the one on stage, is actually Lynette playing a phonograph. And then apparently Lynette wore clothes to basically look like Linny for like a couple seconds going back in the box. Something like that. Crazy.
Damn. The slime lights outside.
It's a vent.
What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with...
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down. Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back up.
Can we go through the vent?
Among Us.
I know.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to... The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left...
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you...
The plot thickens. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the...
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless...
Charges and then...
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies. To put it simply, it's as if the oratrice have...
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides?
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial. Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That...
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about...
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa, whoa! There's no need for that!
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. I mean, what better way to properly think through our
Breaking out, so just kidding! Paimon was...
What do you mean, no
Huh?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
There's snacks. Where?
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Huh?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the
This dude just has a stove.
whenever the fancy strikes.
He just carries a stove around.
I have eggs, sugar,
What,
and
it goes in
almonds at
his
the ready.
pocket?
And this guy carries eggs, sugar, and almonds. Bruh.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. These three are quite the interesting group.
Must be the Oratrice Mécanique de Nice Cardinal was doing as well. They make macaroons, excuse me?
I think you need more ingredients to make macaroni.
Sorry, they had eggs, sugar, and something else. Wait, what?
And
Huh. What? They made macaroons out of that?
From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Yes, they did a lot of work too. He was clapping the whole time.
those are my favorite people.
Worried about getting your fancy dress dirty, beating egg whites, and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks.
I
Don't
don't like her
underestimate beating egg
voice.
whites, by
It,
the
like,
way.
doesn't
It's a
fit
real
her.
arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit. No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned
Bruh, Paimon's already eaten 2 of them.
tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tub, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real...
True. But the only people left to consider are both technically
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, nor does she have any motive. The guards said that she has...
Were we not from the sound of things? Your macarons are amazing, though.
They are my...
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3.
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually...
No. Being greedy is one thing, but besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons...
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed. Loose, set up the stove again.
Huh?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly.
As you wish,
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Bro, this guy's got his eggs again. Where'd he get the eggs from?
Well, this really...
Well, that's it for snack time. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. It would be awkward if you got all...
Alright, thanks for your help.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Can we go in the vent?
Alright,
we be sus? Can we be the imposter?
Bruh, I don't... We gotta wait for the next day. 8 a.m. Alright. It's my achievements now. Prepare for the trial. Oh, this looks great. Can Paimon stop wearing the bloody mustache?
Situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible things don't just...
Why is she even in disguise?
Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more.
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to you.
There's a lack of evidence for anything. Oh, there's the Oratrice still.
Ah, finally, you're
The
back.
Oratrice Mechanis Delanis Cardinal.
To be honest?
No. We're already...
Well now, don't you all look disappointed? That was to be expected, of course. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes...
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution.
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot.
Clearly is lying.
Wide
Huh.
open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying.
That is a pose.
There's no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from.
I was right by the box and I.
Look at those scales. Could those be...
Well then,
Oh,
ladies
what?
and gentlemen, allow me to... Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my founding... Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the...
The House of the Hearth?
Wait. Fatui?
Oh my god.
What? Huh?
No wonder they did something.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatu.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Shiroguni's back again. Oh, it's the.
That's
Oh, it's the.
Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could... Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted?
Oh my.
No way
No.
she said flabbergasted.
Discord, I suppose.
Discord.
This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
She's crazy.
Hey, Linny. What?
Order! Order! First, when the thud was... Are these claims true?
Child.
Please answer.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true.
I knew it.
Well, that's it. We might as well.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary?
The defendant deceived their own attorneys.
Order! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn.
We have 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even in that case, my dear audience.
Dear audience, she's a shows person. Huh. I don't like that.
Dude, she literally performs.
Uh-oh.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the hype... I'm sorry.
Yeah. We based our entire reasoning not to set the wrong tone or anything.
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with the Vatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just... But our organization is very, very large.
Right now, we want to save people.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, that's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you. But the truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort. Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if you met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me.
Sorry. Please.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear...
Of course. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. During our investigations, we learned that from that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this...
Is that why you needed a whole...
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is...
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite... That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreat. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground. But the countdown was... After that, the homicide...
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. It was never my wish to proceed, but like I said earlier, you can be the—
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Ooh. What should I do? Do you think? Defend them or order guide them?
You defend them.
Okay.
Linny, I know he ain't doing nothing bad.
The scales are tipped pretty badly if we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, huh?
Claim. These are claims though. So how can we go based off of that? And especially that everyone hates the Fatui. I don't know how easy this will stand.
Yeah, but like, they didn't mean to join the Fatui.
Yeah, I guess because they're orphans, aren't they?
Yeah.
That makes a lot.
Taken in by them.
That makes a lot more sense.
Parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
So on Twitter, they reposted their character art banner, and people are saying it's like Fatoons. That makes so much more sense. Oh.
When last we left off,
I see the
Mr. Linny
TikToks.
acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue.
That took at this stage. Let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective.
Oh. Identify loopholes in their statements. Using evidence and clues during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertions of fact. That using your convince people, the audience, to gain support. If find refute all incorrect, you can complete the cycle and unveil the truth. Oh no!
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an He did not realize that the sound— Finally, he used the vase to knock her out. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange— So Linny proceeded to— Afterward, Linny passed. And there you have it.
Does the defendant's side have any
Key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events.
Entering the tunnel. Do I do this one? Okay. No. I guess I gotta go through each one.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. According to Linny, Linny didn't.
There we go.
When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where, once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, the crime scene had already developed. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the
There we go. The Oratrice. She's blushing.
Wasn't it odd? In other words, you believe that he knew.
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to keep? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of...
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your... Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole... You're saying that he wasn't?
Oh. Irrelevant.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? That's right! Linny wasn't in the box, or this means that when the crime happened, the same clue you used to disprove his alibi has...
To think you'd use such logic.
Oh!
Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Murderers who? Oh.
I bet it was Child.
The guards' investigation.
Child.
Wait, let me think. Indicate the fireworks released near the end of the show ignited. If Linny gave detailed account of how the trick's supposed to work by using the bombs, the idea transferred it via Linny himself would be used until I get to the other side, having changed her take off those on-stage interactions. Calling the OU and a singer found in the tunnel, reason remain unknown. Who is the person who could...
Could there have been a third person in... Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. Could there have been a third...
I want to say hypothesis incorrect.
Oh my god.
Or is it
The
the...
deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience...
Wait, it could be... No, it has to be...
Assistant.
No, it has to be him then. Because it was claimed to be the assistant, but we don't know if it's true or not.
That can't be right.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator... The sound we heard may have come from a clash. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So...
How ensure Cowell's plan?
It would have been tough for both people to... The sound we heard may have come from a... The deceased's name is Cowell. No one entered or left... It would have been tough for both people... Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So...
Hypothesis incorrect? Oh. What?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's... No one entered or left... Halsey's
Probably
clothing.
this one then.
The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing It would have been tough for both people to fit into. No one entered or left the opera house.
Oh, what is this one then?
Lenny was not in the tunnel. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. Halsey's clothing was in the. The sound we heard may have come. No one entered or left. The sound we heard may. The deceased's name is Cowell. It would have been tough for both people.
Lenny is correct.
The sound we heard may have come from. No one entered or left the Halsey's clothing. The deceased's name is
How?
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having...
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been.
If only we knew how Halsey.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has... It's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make...
Excuse my...
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold up.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal. The sound we heard may have come from. The deceased's name is Cowell. The vase was not broken by chance.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method...
Oh, how could a person ever be transformed into water? This is... Must we really? Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and...
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of... Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings.
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of the rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal...
We are still examining the items, but we have already discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are the primordials. The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs, and the notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese. Along with the notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's as such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is...
You've got to be kidding!
It's something so ridiculous.
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy.
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partner?
Let's go. Just...
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased... Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Guards, please continue. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ooh, we're winning this.
If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's
Oh,
seemingly
yeah.
unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Fine.
The deceased's name is The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic. Lynette was in the magic box on. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic. The rope that strung the water. The deceased's name is The water from the primordial sea. I remember there was something else with. The water from the primordial sea. Lynette was in the magic box. Now it seems like the hook rope.
Incorrect hypothesis.
The deceased's name is
What?
Now it seems like the hook rope was not. Lynette was in the magic box.
Missing one bit to it.
The water from the primordial sea should have. The rope that strung the. The water from the primordial sea.
There we go.
Ahem! It's aced in the original plan. Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope, and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal, but he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he...
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing.
Hmm.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I...
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me. I shall now invite him on stage.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people, and we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal...
What?
That can't be. Does this, my dear citizen?
Uh-oh.
Lydia did
Oh.
not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman, having made modifications to the props beforehand. His accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish, but upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit. Ultimately, he knocked Cowell now, as much as... Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. Is this the end of the...
Uh-oh.
Seems using the water...
I think we've all... I believe this is indeed the Now then, my good.
Excuse me, everyone.
Miss, I must ask you not.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman... What in the...
No offense, miss, but miracle.
Come on now, don't be silly. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them? And wouldn't such a trick come on, Linny and Hunt? As the magic makers and stars of the show...
I understand.
And voila.
Sorry for the...
Wait,
Isn't that
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin?
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. I heard that
Once
Winnie's
that.
show was gonna be a real thriller. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there.
Oh.
And I've never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I...
Hey, no wonder you looked familiar. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so there was nowhere to run from there, though. So I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire...
Uh-oh, it's time for rebuttal time.
Ooh. Oh my god, this is just like my English class that I had one time. We just like stood up and we would talk.
Should we just do this one? I don't think any of these would work. Probably one of these.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It would...
Okay. No, this one here.
Lillian was afraid that she... The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up.
And it's
Shut up, Paimon.
having been selected.
Oh my god.
Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after
You're gonna lose the case because it's Paimon.
Cowl leapt. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea, the two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowl up with no way of escaping. She changed her...
Victory. We did
Victory
it.
Royale.
Yeah.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So...
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she
Oh.
right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point,
That makes more sense.
in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that bravo.
Uh-oh.
Now then, Lady Farina. Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the...
What are you... No.
Isn't she like the boss of everything though?
Yeah.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief
Can't she
Justice of
just say
Fontaine,
whatever she
I
wants
shall
to?
once again repeat the full sequence. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowl, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowl thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop. And he poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian, thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was from this reconstruction of events.
Woohoo!
While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
What did Paimon do?
Great work. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think
Okay, she's not wearing her stupid
explanation.
disguise.
How did you find the water from the primordial?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket.
Can she shut up?
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything
Adorable.
you know, and seek the
I don't know if
protection of
adorable is the
gods.
word I would use to describe Paimon.
I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
I know, me too. Oh. What? Oh, it's the water itself. Oh, he dissolved him.
He can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness.
Oh.
I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
She's such a bloody rat.
Outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So it is true that stuff can dissolve people.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait. I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess. But regardless, I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals
You
of
do
the
make a
House of
point,
Heart
Paimon
align
is
with
special.
those of an orphan like me. That's all.
In a bad
That was
way.
how Father, who you might know as the Knave,
The Knave?
approached recruiting us back then too.
The knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, Would you mind hearing a story? Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister
Oh my gosh,
to remain a street
Lynette
rat
is
together with
so...
me forever.
her emotion.
Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circle.
That doesn't seem too bad either.
Oh wait.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was.
Wait, Linny has like a teardrop in it, like on his right cheek, and then Lynette has a star on her left cheek. I just realized.
You just realized that?
I knew about the star. I didn't realize he had a teardrop in his on his cheek though. Huh.
You literally have him. How do you not know?
I don't look that closely.
I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. But
as far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person, and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood.
Justice is the way.
And the knave, standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans.
Oh my gosh.
Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her, but she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Sarita to first use the Gnosis' power when she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has their roots in Fontaine. And we will always defend our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
Hi, Mom.
Bye, Linny.
Absolute betrayal. Navia? Are we gonna see Navia or Farina? Navia.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navi?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the
Patooey.
ones who can crack a case that's been cold? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow.
Ah, I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But sorry.
Don't say that.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too.
Now I'm lying on the cold, hard ground.
Waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal?
No, not the
Commemorate our
macaroons.
time as partners?
Not the macaroons.
Do we really need to get
I was gonna pig out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to anyway. It would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
You don't have to twist your arm. It costs
Paimon wants food.
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
Oh, that's the first act done. Oh, I can.
First?
I only finished the first. There's technically 3 now, no? Yeah, I'm gonna end stream.
Golly.
Time to sleep. I gotta finish the rest of the acts pretty quick here. Yeah.
I'm still doing the desert one.
I haven't done any of the desert ones, so.
You can skip them.
I just walked around it. Can I donate the things? Or is it not here? Why do I donate it? Oh, it's over here. I need to donate my sigils. Hopefully I get more primo gems.
How do you get the sigils?
Collecting chests.
Oh.
And then there's the ones that you can, and then the, I'm standing on it. What are you looking at, Bennett?
I need more for, the forest place with the desert.
The tree?
Yeah.
Level
It's like kind of underground.
Level 4. There's how many levels? 50. Oh, there's so many chests.
50?
Bruh. Okay. Well, I actually want C2, so let's... That is not a 5-star. Oh well.
Get a Chi-Chi.
I don't want a Chi-Chi, no more. Stop it. Don't give me more trauma.
Chi-Chi.
I don't need Chi-Chi. I have C1 Chi-Chi. I have C8 Mona too. It hurts my feelings.
Nah, you need more.
I don't want more.
I want Chi-Chi and Mono.
No, you do not.
Yeah.
Frigid trial. After dealing frozen. Oh, I can play Charlotte? Ooh. Okay, who should I play in this here, do you think? Out of these characters.
Oh.
Are you doing the trial characters?
Yeah, I haven't done that one. I've done the other two.
Alright, I'm gonna use... Actually, I gotta see, how good is their Farina? Okay, they don't tell me anything. Okay, cool. I'm gonna assume mine is better. I'm gonna use Worsley, Farina, Kazuha, and Mika. That'll work. Yeah.
Doesn't Charlotte heal though?
True. Focalor's, or Farina is a healer as well. She's a healer as well, so...
Oh yeah, she is.
I'll just
Haha,
use her.
forgot.
Yeah. Wait, I haven't even streaming at all on Twitch. Oh well. Oh well. So much for me doing like
Yeah, I haven't
Twitch.
done that one. I've done the other two.
Shower you with praise? No. Oh my gosh, he's a beast. Oh boy. He just punches.
Let's keep going, team.
It's got, oh, the game is Solar Pearl?
Final warning. Leave the wounded to me.
Way now.
Let my name echo in song!
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds engaging. Let's keep going, team. That hurts. Fallen leaves adorn my.
Gotta make her healer now.
A moment, please.
Let the world collide!
Stay cool and face your gift.
He just shoryukens them. Hmm.
Wow, you did that fast.
Uh-huh. Alright, that's my primo gems. No Chi-Chi, please. No Chi-Chis.
Chi.
That's a 4-star.
Yes.
That's a 4-star, please. I have her C6. No. I have C6 for... I need Kale. I just need a Kale out of this.
It's me and Beto. I have like a C4 Beto.
Cause I think I need... I'm lacking console... Never mind, I have C6. I also have C6, and... Was it Beto? Beto, I have like C6 as well. I should really try and get C2, apparently it's really good. Otherwise C6 is also like very good for a DPS role.
That's like a bajillion wishes.
That's a lot of... I don't think I'll get that. Otherwise, that is all there is for the night. Done grinding. Did I should probably make it condense, shouldn't I? Very cool. And we are ending the stream.
Ending stream now, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe for more me.
Oh. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh. Only you?
Yeah. Only me.
Exclusively you?
Just me. It's all about me. I'm the star of the show.
Sure you are. Sure you are. I don't think you are.
I am.
I disagree with that answer.
What the flip?
What do you mean?
Think you are?
Whose name is on the literal title or in the description?
Me?
Sure. In your dreams.
Yeah. That's how you spell my name?
Uh-huh.
That's like my last name and my middle name and my first name all combined. So. Literally me.